I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. The amount of calories that you burn in a 30-minute workout can change drastically depending on the exercises you do. Shocker, right? So if you're busy and don't have much time to work out, you need to pick exercises that burn the most amount of calories to make every minute of your workout count. So right now, I'm about to share the 10 best calorie burning exercises you can do from the comfort of your own home, ranked from exercises that burn the fewest calories to the ones that practically shed those pounds just by thinking about them. And the last exercise on my list is something you probably haven't done since you were about 9 years old, yet it burns more calories per minute than anything else you could do with your body. Let's do this! Alright, before we get into the list, something worth knowing is that calorie burn is not a one-size-fits-all situation. To keep it fair, the numbers you're about to hear are estimates based on an average female body weight of around 155 pounds. If you weigh more than that, you'll burn more. If you weigh less, you'll burn slightly fewer. Also, your age, your fitness level, how hard you're actually pushing, and even your muscle mass all play a role. Someone with more muscle burns more calories, doing the exact same exercise as someone with less. This is why two women can do the same 30-minute workout and see completely different numbers on a calorie tracker. So, treat these numbers as a reliable guide, not a guarantee. The goal isn't to obsess over the exact figure. It's to understand which exercises are working your body the hardest and use that information to train smarter. Alright, let's get down to business. Here is our exercise list. Number 10, dance cardio. Laugh all you want, but dance cardio earns its place on this list. Not just because of the calorie burn, which is genuinely solid, but because research consistently shows that enjoyment is the single biggest predictor of whether you keep showing up. And if you keep showing up, the results take care of themselves. The wide calorie range here is around 200 to 400, which comes down entirely to effort, a casual shuffle around your kitchen while the kettle boils is on the low end. 30 minutes of full commitment, arms up, hips going off like you're Shakira, and that's where you can burn 400 calories. The common mistake with dance cardio is treating it like background activity. It's not. Treat it like a workout, and it performs like one. No equipment, no gym, just music you actually like and enough space to move, that's it. Number 9, rowing machine. Okay, this one might be a bit of a push. Chances are, you probably don't have one of these lying around your house. But I want to talk about it, because rowing engages around 86% of your muscle groups simultaneously. Legs, core, back, arms, all at once. Which is why the calorie burn is so high, despite feeling more controlled than straight cardio. It's also low impact, which means your joints aren't taking a beating. The movement breaks into 4 phases: the catch, the drive, the finish, and the recovery. Most people get this wrong by pulling with their arms first. The power actually comes from your legs. They drive about 60% of the stroke. Get the sequence right, and the whole body engages the way it's supposed to. At vigorous effort, the MET value hits 12. MET, or metabolic equivalent of task, is just a measure of how hard your body is working relative to sitting still, and anything above 6 is considered vigorous, putting rowing in the same league as running. Number 8, stair climbing and stair sprints. Your staircase is a free piece of gym equipment, and most of you are completely ignoring it. Sprint up, walk down, repeat. The incline forces your glutes, quads, and hamstrings, your biggest muscle groups, to work hard on every single step, which drives the calorie burn up significantly compared to flat surface cardio. Going uphill, even on stairs, also increases the demand on your cardiovascular system faster than walking or jogging on a flat surface at the same pace, which is why 20 minutes of this feels harder than it sounds. Form matters here more than speed. Drive through your whole foot rather than your toes, keep your chest up, and don't grip the banister unless you need it for balance. Leaning on it reduces how hard your legs are actually working. If pure sprints are too intense to start, try a steady climb at pace for 10 minutes before introducing the sprint intervals. Your body will tell you when it's ready to go faster. 20 minutes of stair sprints 3 times a week will do more for your lower body and cardiovascular fitness than most hour-long gym sessions. Number 7, kickboxing and shadowboxing. Most cardio is leg dominant, but kickboxing forces your upper and lower body to work together. Shoulders, arms, core, and legs all engaged simultaneously, which is exactly why the calorie burn is higher than it looks. Again, the key to making this work is commitment. Throwing slow, lazy punches at the air burns very little. Snapping combinations with full rotation through your hips and shoulders, cross, hook, uppercut, kick is an entirely different experience. Your core is twisting and bracing on every single strike, which means even your midsection is getting a workout most people don't associate with a punching exercise. No bag or gloves needed, just space to move and enough energy to actually mean it. Follow a class online or just throw combinations to music for 30 minutes. For beginners, start with 2 punches, a jab and a cross. Get comfortable with those before adding hooks and kicks. Either way, your shoulders will remind you about it tomorrow. Number 6, jump squats. Adding a jump to a squat transforms it from a strength exercise into a cardio and strength exercise simultaneously, which is a significant upgrade. The explosive takeoff spikes your heart rate fast, often within the first 10 reps, and forces your glutes, quads, and hamstrings to produce maximum power every single time you leave the floor. That peak contraction is what distinguishes this from a standard squat. You're not just moving through the range of motion, you're generating actual force against the ground. Land softly through the balls of your feet first, then let your heels drop and your knees bend to absorb the impact. Do not land stiff-legged like an action hero dropping from a helicopter. That's how you get sore knees. Channel your inner Catwoman landing instead, quiet and controlled. From there, drop straight back into the squat and drive again. Number 5, mountain climbers. Mountain climbers are deceptive. They look manageable right up until about the 30-second mark, then suddenly your whole body feels like it's about to explode. You're holding a plank, so your shoulders and core are bracing the entire time while your legs drive alternately at speed, adding a running-style cardio demand on top of an isometric hold. Shoulders, abs, hip flexors, quads, all at once at a pace that keeps your heart rate high. The 2 most common mistakes are letting your hips rise up into a tent shape, which offloads the core, and going so fast that your form falls apart. Both kill the effectiveness. Set a timer, not a rep count. 20 seconds on, 10 off, and repeat. That structure alone puts you into Tabata territory, which we'll get to in a moment. Number 4, high knees. Running in place sounds too simple to be this effective, but at an MET of 8, it sits firmly in the vigorous intensity zone, the same bracket as outdoor running, without needing a road, good weather, or anything except floor space. Passively lifting your knees to hip height is not high knees. Actively snapping them upward is. It's also one of the best exercises to anchor a HIIT circuit, which brings us to number 3. Number 3, HIIT and Tabata circuits. HIIT earns its place this high on the list not just because of what it burns during the workout, but because of what happens after. When you train at high intensity, your body is pushed into what's called oxygen debt. It's consumed more oxygen than it had available, and now it has to work to restore balance. That restoration process takes energy. Your body is repairing muscle tissue that was broken down during the workout, replenishing energy stores, rebalancing hormones like cortisol and adrenaline that spiked during effort, and cooling your core temperature back down. All of that costs calories, and all of it happens after you've stopped moving. This effect is called EPOC, excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. Research shows it adds roughly 6 to 15% on top of your workout calorie burn and continues for up to 14 hours post-session. Burning calories while doing nothing? Sign me up! The most time-efficient format is Tabata. 20 seconds of maximum effort, 10 seconds of rest, 8 rounds per exercise. That's 4 minutes per exercise if anyone is counting. Research from Dr. Izumi Tabata, the Japanese scientist who developed the protocol, showed it burns around 13 calories per minute and measurably improves both aerobic and anaerobic fitness simultaneously. No other single training method has been shown to do both at once. The best 2 exercises to put in that Tabata? Numbers 1 and 2 on this list. Number 2, burpees. Anyone who claims they enjoy burpees are psychopaths, and I would stay away from them. Nobody enjoys burpees. But a burpee is a squat, a plank, a push-up, and a jump performed as one continuous movement, which I hate to say this, but it virtually works every major muscle group within a single rep. Your legs load in the squat. Your core and shoulders brace in the plank. Your chest, triceps, and shoulders push in the press. Your legs explode in the jump. 1 rep, 4 movements. That total body demand is exactly why the calorie burn per minute is so high. The most common mistake is rushing through the push-up portion, or eliminating it entirely to get through reps faster. Don't. The push-up is what makes a burpee a burpee. It's the upper body demand that separates it from a squat jump. Take the half second to do it properly. 20 seconds of burpees in a Tabata circuit is genuinely one of the most efficient things you can do with your body. Number 1, jump rope. Jump rope is the number 1 calorie burning exercise you can do at home, and it probably hasn't crossed your mind since primary school. At a fast pace, jumping rope burns around 480 calories in 30 minutes. At maximum effort, it pushes toward 800 calories an hour. The American Heart Association endorses it specifically for burning fat, building muscle, and improving coordination simultaneously. The MET value at speed sits between 12 and 13, higher than running at a solid outdoor pace. And a decent jump rope costs less than your favorite takeaway. Here's what's actually happening when you jump rope. Your calves and quads are producing hundreds of small, rapid contractions to keep you off the ground. Your shoulders and forearms are turning the rope continuously, which sounds minor until you've done it for 3 minutes straight. Your core is bracing constantly for balance and rhythm, and your coordination, timing, and spatial awareness all improve the more you do it. For beginners, the early sessions can be frustrating. You will trip on the rope more than feels statistically reasonable, lose rhythm, stop every 30 seconds, and briefly wonder why you're being defeated by a piece of string. This is normal. The rhythm comes within a week or two, and once it clicks, you'll understand why boxers have used this as a primary conditioning tool for over a century. A weighted rope increases the shoulder and arm demand significantly if you want to progress. 10 exercises, all backed by science, all doable from home, but here's the one thing I want you to take away from this video beyond the list. Burning calories during a workout is only part of the picture. The women who see the most lasting change combine this kind of high-intensity cardio with strength training, because building muscle raises the number of calories your body burns at rest. Cardio burns calories in the moment. Muscle burns them around the clock. Use both. And if you want to know how to build the strength side of this equation, check out my video on isometric holds. You will literally die doing these exercises, but you'll build real strength. That's it from me. Now go get that jump rope.